Hello YouTube, Arrow Assassin here today, and I am going to be doing another video on stat templates. So this was updated, as you can see, 17 hours ago, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to keep you updated on the stat template changes for those people that don't want to read the forums. So I plan on doing this every time they put a post about it, just to keep you guys updated. So with that, let's get this started. Looks like they buffed blood a little bit. It used to be all damage reduced by 25%. It is now by 15%. So a little bit buff to blood, but nerf as well because there's still reduced damage. So there's that. Consumption heals for 50% in PvP. Unending Thirst heal increases damage and leech by 15% in PvP rather than 25%. Hearth Strike does 75% damage in PvP. Blood Boil does 30%. Let's move on to Frost. Syndergos' Fury deals 40% damage in PvP. I think this was nerfed because I think it was higher last time. I can't remember. It's been a while since they last updated this. So I'm pretty sure it was higher, so they maybe nerfed that a little bit. Unholy. Let's see. Spell multipliers. I'm not going to bother reading the strength and mastery. You guys can just look at that. So anyways, Plague deals 75% damage in PvP. Valkyr's Strike does 70% damage in PvP. Epidemic deals 85% damage in PvP. Apocalypse deals 75% damage in PvP, which is kind of good because Apocalypse did hit pretty hard, so I'm assuming that was a nerf. Drag to Helium deals 80% damage in PvP. Demon Hunter, which I'm actually pretty happy about. It looks like I guess they did this for all tanks because all damage is reduced by 15%. Like I said, it was 25% before, so they took down 10% of it. So it's a little bit of a buff. So, which kind of explains it because I did do Vengeance Battleground and I started to deal a little bit more damage. So I'm pretty happy they did that because I like Vengeance a lot. Soul Fragments Shattered heal for 20% in PvP. Soul Cleave heals for 40%. Soul Barrier is 20%. Havoc really has not gotten much changes these past two stat templates. Just Metamorphosis got a little buff to 60%. I think it was about 30 or 40 last time, if I remember right. So a little bit of buff to that. Guardian, like the other tanks, is 15% damage reduction instead of 25. So a little bit of a buff to that as well. Rage of the Sleeper deals 50% damage in PvP. That's another hard-hitting ability. I'm not sure if that was nerfed or buff. I can't remember everything from the last one, like I said. So, Ashwin's Frenzy, which is the artifact weapon for Feral, 50% damage for PvP. Healers, I think they had 30% reduction last time, and it looks like it's 25, so healers can do 5% more damage than last time. Alright, so moving on to Hunter. Murder of Crows, not Clothes. I don't know why I was about to say that. Deals 65% damage in PvP. Barrage deals 80% damage in PvP. Cobra Shot deals 75% damage in PvP. Kill Command deals 80%. Aim Shot deals 80% damage in PvP. I know a huge complaint for Marksman Hunters is about Aim Shot. I haven't played Marksman on beta, so I don't know if it's better or not, but I guess we'll see about that. Mark Shot deals 50% damage in PvP. Piercing Shot deals 50% damage in PvP. Exhilaration heals for 60% in PvP. Healing Shell effects reduced by 50%. Mage, Rune of Power increases damage by 35% in PvP instead of 50%. Yeah, just the regular stat templates for haste, versatility. Same for fire. Fire spell multipliers are Cauterizing Blink heals for 50% in PvP. Fireball deals 250% damage in PvP. Pyroblast deals 70%. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit off today. Trying my best to read this as good as possible. Brewmaster 15%, just like all the other tanks. So, I think they did nerf Windwalker. I know a lot of people were complaining about it. So, Fist of Fury deals 70% damage in PvP. Strike of Windlord, 70%. So, it looks like they did nerf it a little bit. Revival heals for 200% in PvP. And healer, 25% damage reduction, just like all the other healers. Holy Pally, same thing. Holy Shock deals 50% damage in PvP. Protection tank, 15%, just like all the other tanks. Avenger Shield deals 50% in PvP. Shield of Righteous, 50%. Pretty much all of them are 50%, so. Alright, Ret, because I know there's lots of people complaining about Rets right now. Although I don't think it's about damage, about mobility, of course. Execution Sentence deals 60% in PvP. Templar's Verdict, 70%. Justicar's Vengeance, 60% damage done. Alright, let's see what else. Alright, well, let's go to Rogue. Crimson Vial now heals for 50%. Death from Above, increased attack, effect from Envenom, down from 25% from 50. Night Stalker increases ability damage done by 25%, down from 50. Assassin, Rupture deals 75% damage in PvP. And Blood the Assassin increases Rupture damage from 30%, down from 100. Which is good, because Assassin's dots are pretty much so annoying right now. Alright, Sub, Shadow Strike deals 70% damage in PvP. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to say it does 60% effect in PvP. Moving on to Shaman. Doom Winds increases Wind Fury damage by 120%, down from 200%. Healing Surge heals for 50%. This is what I'm really confused about. More nerfs to Elemental Shaman. I'm not really sure what the heck Blizzard's thinking. Elemental Shamans need buffs, not lower DPS. But okay. Lava Burst procced from Elemental Overload deals 60% damage in PvP, down from 75%. Earth Shock deals 75% damage in PvP. Restoration, damage done by 30%. I'm pretty sure the other healers were only 25%, so why is Rust of Shaman deal less? I don't know. I guess they're doing more damage than Elemental? I don't really know. Anyways, Lava Burst deals 80% damage, Restoration only. Healing Surge got buffed, same for Healing Wave. Moving on to Warlocks, Demon Skin passive recharge effect has a 50% effect in PvP. Their Soul Leech absorbs, now passively recharges at a rate of 0.5. This, I think, needs a little bit more of a nerf. It now lasts 40 seconds instead of like forever. I feel like 40 seconds is still too long. That's just my opinion. Demology consumption deals 60% or 66% in PvP. Chaos Bolt deals 120% damage in PvP. Blade Storm deals 66% damage in PvP for Warrior. Focus Rage increases the damage done by 20% on Mortal Strike, down from 50%. Bloodthirst heals for 50% in PvP. And now for Protection. Focus Rage now increases the damage done by Shield Slam by 20%, down from 50%. Ignore Pain absorbs 40% in PvP. And Shield Block increases Shield Slam damage done by 12% in PvP, down from 30%. So guys, that's pretty much it for the stat templates they've been adding. So if you want to look for it, look at it for yourself, it's under the PvP forums in beta. And it's at the top on the sticky. With that, guys, I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you guys for the next video.